we are now, as I say, going to our next speaker in India, which is Ranjara. And I don't know if I said that right. I actually had a conversation with her a couple of days as I was walking my dog, and we were in the park. I was in the park. And sharing the story of Hit Talks and what we're all about. And I could feel her soul. I could feel her energy. I could feel her love. Are you getting the theme of the speakers that we actually have on here? So yeah, she's a mindset coach. She's written books, and she's implementing strategies, and she's got action plans in place. I can't read the bio, so it's on there. It's on there for yourself. But I think her book was called The Workplace Superstar, or Superstar Workplace. She'll tell you. But again, it was just her passion of wanting to help people and, help them grow and help them be the best versions of themselves. So I can't wait to hear what your 8 minutes story is. So thank you for being with us all the way from India, and welcome to our Hit Talks family. I now give you your 8 minutes.
Thank you so much, Vicky. Thank you for this opportunity. And thank you, everyone over here. And today, let me just start with a real life story. There was a young woman who was undergoing a lot of anxiety and depression, and she was just, into a lot of difficulty in life because she was stuck. She did not know what to do, where to go, because she was going through a lot of difficult times with her health. Now, when we speak about health, we always speak about the physical health, but there is something called mental health. And that woman was, getting into a lot of difficulty with panic attacks, anxiety attacks, and something called anxiety, some nervousness. And she could not handle it. It was very, very difficult for her. And she had to have the antidepressants, which was really, really bad at such a young age. And things were not improving because no medicines were helping her. Ladies and gentlemen, that her is me, Ranjana, here. And I'm very happy to say that after 7 years of having antidepressants, tranquilizers to work on my mental, anxiety and depression, I realized that nothing is going to work if I don't work on it. So what I started doing is I had two choices. One was either I sit and brood or I get up and show up. So one fine day when I realized the medicines are not working, they were all giving me temporary relief, I decided to change my mindset, my skill set, and my knowledge. I was young that time, mother of two children. I had to get up, show up, and show them the beautiful world around. So what happened? I decided on two things, and I tell everybody, all my students, I'm a coach, and all my students that work on these two things. One is growth and your self-leadership. So what is growth? Growth is basically, when you plan your growth and when you have a plan A and plan B, it always helps. If someone like me who came out from all these anxiety attacks, panic attacks, can manage to do it, I can vouch everybody can do this. So what I started doing I started planning my own growth. I used to take the medicines, but I realized it's not going to work. What will work is my moving on in life with whole lot of happiness. So I first planned my growth. I identified, I actually got myself aware and got the clarity what I wanted from my life. And then I found out what is the why of my life. Why do I want to do it? Whatever I wanted to do. And I created a direction. After creating a direction, I realized that there can be obstacles also. So I created a plan A and a plan B. And with that, I planned my implementation strategy. And it worked really well by God's grace. I learned and I learned, but I unlearned whatever was there, which were all negative, and I started learning more and more. I got rid of all my habits, bad habits, which were giving me those anxieties, or, like overthinking, thinking negatively. I started working on those changed my habits. I changed my situation, my environment, and started working on it step by step. I faltered. I got up. I was resilient. I kept going. I worked on my plan A. I had my plan B ready, but I did not stop. After 7 years, I realized growth is the only power in human being which can keep them going. Second thing that I really worked on was on my self leadership. Everybody around tried to help me, but it was not helping me at all because I did not allow myself, my mindset to change. So once I realized, I started working on myself. I took charge. I took my own responsibility. And I realized no one, like when you are in great difficulty, people will try to help you. But you are the one who needs to do a lot of self-care and help yourself. The universe will give you a lot of signals. You have to understand and acknowledge those signals and start working on your life and career goals. So what I did after going through such tough times, I started making myself more efficient and more productive. As I mentioned the word self-leadership, I did not work in any organization, but I was the leader of my own life. So I got intrinsically motivated, and I was like accountable for my own life. So I measured every progress. I didn't wait for anybody to help me anymore. I worked on my personal mastery, which was emotional intelligence, how to handle my emotions when I was getting deep down into difficult situations. I got more flexibility in my mind. I became adaptable. And when you need to work on your self leadership, you need to have a standard of excellence. You can't be complacent. You really need to have a mindset of excellence. So I started working on all these, and I never allowed any negative energy to attack me anymore. No negative thought. Because if I realize, if I get into the negative thoughts, I will become a victim again. And my victim mindset will just go away. So once I worked on my growth and my self leadership, I changed my life completely from a person who used to be always upset and sitting stuck in one corner doing nothing, from a coach who has already transformed innumerable lives. And I really feel that you are the leader of your own life, the people around, and the surroundings. So whenever you feel low or you see anybody feeling low, help them come out of it through their growth journey and self leadership. This will definitely help each and every one. So thank you very much. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, everyone, for your patient hearing. I'm done. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you. Do you know, as you're talking about that, energy just flows through, and it's like magical. It's just like, I kind of, how do I say it? I think sometimes I'm just like a magic unicorn, and I kind of know what you're saying, know what you're going to say. But all the viewers and all the speakers backstage and all the speakers that have ever been onto Hit Talks will know that I do not know what any of these speakers are going to speak about at all. They can speak about whatever comes through to them from the heart. But as you were talking about that, and you were talking about, planning and whys and desires and responsibilities, within my coaching community, I actually read out through repetition articles. And the article that we've been reading is about responsibility. And I want to just read this bit. So you've got glare on my glasses here, but I can't read without my glasses. It's so small. But I want to read this article out because it was on my desk, and I was like, oh, responsibility. And this person is my dear friend Bob Proctor's dear friend, called Val van der Waal. And he said, when a person takes responsibility for their life and the results they are obtaining, they will cease to blame others as the cause of their results. Since you cannot change other people, blame is inappropriate. Blaming others causes a person to remain bound in a prison of their own making. When you take responsibility, blame is eliminated and you are free to go. And he also goes on to say that those who win big in life take responsibility and create their own destiny. So it's a reminder, with everything that, from, as you say, from tranquilizers and from, the life that you were, by going inside and taking the step-by-step journey that you took for yourself and taking responsibility, look where you are now. So very, very well done. So thank you so much for sharing. Coincidence, as they say, or synchronicity, or as Deepak Chopra, my good friend, says, synchro destiny. That's another word.